So today I am at the Toyota Supra launch, as you've seen in the Insta stories. So I just wanted to run you through the proceedings for the next 2 days. Today was about driving on the road, getting more acquainted with the vehicle. We haven't had the press briefing yet. We're going to have that this evening. But I just wanted to run you through certain aspects of what happened today and what I found about the vehicle and what you might be wondering. So that's why I just thought, let me just quickly do this Instagram TV episode. So first and foremost, we're in the Eastern Cape driving the new Toyota Supra. As you know, the Toyota Supra is a JV between BMW and Toyota, where they have created two vehicles, the Z4 obviously, and the Toyota Supra. The internet lost their minds about this because they were like, oh my goodness, you know, Supra's a halo car, you can't ruin it, you can't put a bit of BMW in it, you can't do that. But anyways, at the end of the day, it's happened, it's done, the car's here. And I can tell you that for those who actually think that the vehicle doesn't look good, because the internet has been saying stuff like that, the car doesn't look good. At first, when I first saw the vehicle on paper, I also didn't like the way the car looked, especially in the front. But looking at the car in real life, I've actually realized that the car is actually very good looking. The rear is my favorite, but the front is actually quite appealing because it's got this like shark nose kind of look. It looks a bit interesting. It's very, very sharp. It's out there. It's in your face. And one thing that I have noticed is that people do notice. I mean, wherever you go, everyone's losing their minds purely because we haven't seen a car that looks like this in a very long time. There are some throwback elements to the old Supra in terms of design, the look, and all sorts of things like that. On the outside, overall, I think that the car looks good. I like it. I really do. Sitting on the inside of the vehicle, I can see many BMW bits. There are switches, knobs, and all sorts of things like that you can see BMW elements in the car that have been Toyotaized, I guess, if that's even a word. Overall, the build quality inside is solid, it's quiet, it's well built, but there are certain things that I'm a little bit disappointed by. For instance, the steering wheel, it's a bit chunky, it's a bit big, as you can see in the cutaways that I'm showing you in this video as we're talking through these things. It's an interesting thing. The back also, there's like a 6x9 speaker looking thing that also just doesn't match up with the car, because the car to me from the outside looks premium, looks sporty, looks like a sports car. So there's certain things where I'm just like, on the inside, but overall, design, packaging wise, looks good, solid build. What happened today is that we drove to an aerodrome where we did some gymkhana stuff, as you can see here.
One loop around here.
One loop around, full loop around.
One full loop, yeah, go. Full loop. Okay, nice. Yeah, okay, now through the gates. Yes, that feels quick. Okay, now straight through the figure of eight. Straight. Yeah, okay, now curl around left. Okay, cool. Now go through there. Okay, now go right. Okay, nice. Okay, now straight down there.
And then after that, we managed to get some twisty mountain pass kind of driving, as you can see here. The whole experience of the vehicle. The crux of the matter obviously is that this vehicle uses the B58 motor from BMW. This is the same engine that you'll get in an M240, the BMW 440. The power application in those cars I think is around about 240 kilowatts. In this vehicle, it's 250 kilowatts and 500 newton meters of torque. But as you've seen on the internet, where there's been drag races between the Z4 M40i and the Supra, which is supposed to be an identical car, the Supra always wins. And I can understand why. You drive that Supra and it does not feel like just 250 kilowatts. The car is quick, off the line, the way it gives you the torque, the way the gearbox engages, it's very exciting, it's on it, it's just like, whoa. That's the first thing that we got in there. We didn't expect it to perform the way it does. And that's a very, very good thing. Exhaust note wise, just listen to what it sounds like here. Now you tell me, does that not sound good? That sounds amazing for me. Obviously, yes, if you close your eyes, you might just picture a BMW, but overall, I think it sounds amazing. And it does this like snap, crackle, and pop thing on high over revs where it's like, bah, 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 doing all sorts of things like that. So it makes you feel like a kid. So overall, despite what people think and say and all that, the controversy of the fact that it's a joint venture, in any case, most of us haven't driven the Supra that we all fell in love with on Fast and Furious. And I'm talking about people like myself. There's obviously guys who come from strong hashtag JDM culture who've been following these cars from yesteryear and all sorts of things like that. Half those people haven't even driven those cars. Because we didn't get these cars in South Africa. Yes, some variants we got, some people imported them and others, but generally it wasn't a mainstream vehicle in this country. I stand to be corrected, I could be wrong, maybe there's tons of them running around, but according to my knowledge, the Supras that we all fell in love with from Fast and Furious, we didn't get them. That I know for a fact, we didn't get them here in South Africa. What I do know is that the current Supra is exciting. It is special. If you're driving around in this, you are going to stand out. I haven't seen one in my neck of the woods, but I'm sure that it's going to make people notice. So overall, that was day one. We did some gymkhana stuff, we did some fast mountain twisty stuff, some normal driving, and I am very impressed. Tomorrow, we drive at Elders Cremante Racetrack, and it's going to be quite interesting because Elders Cremante is a very technical track. If you don't know what you're doing, you can make mistakes. And I plan to keep a Supra in one piece, but it's going to be fun, and I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. But for now, enjoy all sorts of beautiful footages and all sorts of things like that. Okay, cheers.